I have just listened to one of the most foolish opinions coming from agent of Kingdom of Darkness, APC. One of them has spoken the minds of Nigerian politicians, and you need to listen to it because that is the real problem of this country. Take a look and they come back.
Fortunately, you and I have had the privilege of working within Aso Rock. Aso Rock has its own logic and culture. Unfortunately, neither Kwankwaso nor Obi have been in Aso Rock. They have never worked there. They don't know the culture of the environment. They don't know what the environment will do to them. It's an environment that tends to give you the false impression of your power and acceptability. By the time they get there and start seeing all the opportunities and powers and privileges, they will not be talking of one term. In any case, to be a one-term president is to spend the first 2 years understanding the system before you can even begin to think of how to implement your vision of Nigeria. And then by the time you have spent 2 years, you are thinking, people are thinking of the next election. At least if Obi is not thinking of the next election, Kwankwaso will be thinking of becoming president. So it's just pure hogwash to be talking about agreement. In any case, you have to ask them, who are you signing agreement with? Who are you declaring your intention with? Is it with your political party? Is it within the National Assembly? So an agreement with who? What kind of agreement? You can only declare that when we get there, we'll spend only one term. But really, that is to assure the North. But the North is assured already by the fact that if Tinubu wins a second term, constitutionally, he will not be able to go for a third term. It will be the turn of the North, automatically. So who should we believe? Who should we trust? The credibility of the constitutional limitation or the verbal declaration of a pair that has not even tasted power? When you taste the power of Aso Rock and the possibilities there, you will not be talking of living. You saw Obasanjo after 2 terms, was even thinking of a third term. And I'm seeing right now some movement towards extension because somebody is talking about a 6-year term. The critical point is that the North will get the presidency in 2031, whether you sign an agreement or you don't sign it. What is important is for them to face how they can win power and see what they can do with it. But I'm not sure that one term is a good idea for anybody who aspires to be president of Nigeria. There's a lot of work to do. You can see with Tinubu, he inherited a horrible economy. They are trying to build it up. I've listened to, watched all the discussion about the economy and the budget and all that. Okay. It takes time to do it. This is 3rd year. This is, in fact, going to the 4th year. Okay. And so we find it difficult that you need to establish yourself. You need to understand the system before your programs begin to germinate and gestate. It takes time. It's not a one-time thing. The Nigerian presidency cannot be a one-time affair.
You heard him right. And that is the mindset of the Nigerian politicians. He has spoken their mind. In fact, I think he is their spokesman. In as much as I see this as the most stupid mentality of a grown man like this on a national TV trying to counter the position of the only man Nigerian people trust, claiming that it will take you God knows how long for you to start fixing Nigeria. By the time you finish enjoying the privileges of being in office, the privileges of luxury, while Nigerians are dying. When you before you finish the benefits of being the president, it will take you 2 years. That is their mindset. And the next thing after the 2 years is the next election. That is what they think about. They think about the next election and not the next generation. And that is where the problem lies. And who are the victims? You, Nigerian people. There is no other victim than you, not the political class. No. Not even Peter Obi. If if you think you are doing that for P2B, if you think you are doing P2B a favor to come out and join in the ballot revolution to end this kingdom of darkness and power, then what will I say that will help you? Nothing. But there are people marked for doom. I'm just a voice like the voice in the wilderness. I just hope Nigerian people will understand me. Most of my advocacy here is not even for the political class. It is for you, the Nigerian people, the suffering, the victims of Nigeria, for you to understand where these things are heading to. That is their mindset. Their mindset is going to power and enjoy the privileges and not to fix the problem. And that explains why Tinubu, immediately he got into power, the first thing that comes to mind is to buy ash, buy private jets, presidential fleet for himself, build mansions for himself and the vice president, increase their convoy, increase the salaries of top politicians, including himself. They will think about themselves first in the first 2 years. Then on the 3rd year, here comes the election. They start politicking for the next election. And that is why we are where we are today. And you Nigerians will continue being the victims. There's no two ways about it. So I just say make an update on her. I don't need to say too much because a lot have been said already. Where this whole thing is heading to is you have to make a choice between light and darkness, between life and death. Because 2027 is a decider. I'm telling you honestly speaking, 2027 will be a decider if Nigerians will survive another 4 years of this kingdom of darkness, the principalities and powers in the name of APC led by Tinubu. It's up to them to make their choice, to either join the ballot revolution or lay their heads to be slaughtered. My name is Asuchenot Peters. Deal with the message, help me spread it, and leave the messenger out of it. My name continue to speak in history that I have done my bit. Do your bit by sharing this video. I'm signing out. Bye-bye for now.